Hi, we are going to talk about finding perimeters of different shapes. We understand perimeter is the distance around the shape. It's the easiest way to think about this. I also want to note that when we are going to, if we're going to be getting decimal answers, we're going to need to round them to the nearest hundredth. That's only if it's needed. So let's start with some pretty basic example. We have a square. Each side is 4 feet. So that means this side is 4, this side is 4, this side is 4, and this side is 4. And there are two ways you can find the perimeter. You can either do 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is going to give you 16 feet. Or another way you can do that is you can take 4 sides times 4 feet each, and it's going to give you 16 feet as well. So either way, you're going to get the same answer. Here's another problem. The perimeter of a square is given to us 120 meters, and we want to find its dimensions. So what do we know? We know that all 4 sides of a square are going to have the same length. So we can say that 4 times x, when we multiply 4 sides times x meters each side, is going to give us 120. And that's going to be x equals, divide both sides by 4, is going to give us 30 meters. And that's going to be each side, right? And that's this problem. Moving on. So the next problem, find the perimeter of the rectangle. So rectangle is 3 yards by 8 yards. And the perimeter of rectangle, the actual formula is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. In our case, it's going to be 2 times 8 plus 2 times 3. Which is going to be 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 3 is 6, and it's going to give us 22 yards. Okay? You could also do 3 plus 8 plus 3 plus 8, that would give you the same answer. The length of a rectangle is 3 more than its width. The perimeter is 46 centimeters. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. So let's call this x, that's the width. The length that we know is 3 more than the width. That means it's x plus 3. And we know the whole thing is 46. So that's going to be 2 times x plus 3 plus 2 times x equals 46. Let's go ahead and simplify that. So 2x plus 6 plus 2x equals 46. 4x plus 6 equals 46. 4x equals 40. X equals 20. We need to be careful because it is asking us to find the dimensions of the rectangle. We found the value of x, which is good, but we do need to... Oh, I'm sorry, that's not 20, that is 10. Almost made a bad mistake. Okay, so it's 10. So if x is 10, that means the width is 10, and this here is going to be 10 plus 3, which is 13. And that's the answer. We have an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle, a triangle where 2 sides are going to be congruent, have the same length. So all we need to do here is realize that this is also 9, and then the perimeter is going to be 9 plus 14, which is 18 plus 14, and it's going to be 32. Another problem here. The perimeter of triangle ABC is 33 yards. The length of AB is 5 more than BC. And the length of AB is 7 more. And AB is 7 more than BC. So if we call BC x, then AB will be 5 more, so it's x plus 5. And BC is going to be 7 more, so it's going to be x plus 7. And we know the whole thing has the perimeter of 33. Right? So what do? We add everything together, so x plus 5 plus x plus 7 equals 33. That means 3x plus 12 equals 33. That means 3x equals, subtract 12 on both sides, we're going to get 21. X equals 7. We do need to find the lengths of all the sides of the triangle, which means just finding 7 is not enough. So this side that measures x is 7. The side that measures x plus 5 is 7 plus 5, which is 12. And the side that measures 7 plus 7 is going to be 14. Okay, now we're going to talk about some composite shapes. So composite shapes are shapes that are made up of other basic shapes, and when you need to find the perimeter, you basically need to find all the dimensions of every side. So in this case we have 6 sides, only 4 given to us, but let's take a look. If this side is 8 and this side is 4, by the way, this is not to scale, this side is going to be 4 as well, right? Because together this and this have to make up that much. If this is 3 and this whole thing is 5, that means you have 2 left for this one, and that's what you have. So we have all the sides now. You pick a corner where you want to start and the direction, and you just add everything together. So the perimeter is going to be 3 plus 8 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. 3 plus 8 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4. We're back where we started. So it's going to be 3 plus 8 is going to be 11. 5 plus 4 is 9. 2 plus 4 is 6. And the whole thing is going to be 26 centimeters. This shape here, let's see what we're missing. We know this is 34, this is 8, this is 8, this is 7, this is 20. So if this whole thing is 34 and you have 7 here and 20 here, so that's a total of 27. We need how much to complete it to 34? We need 7, right? And this here will be 12. So I think we have all the sides. We pick a corner where we start and add everything together. This is very important, by the way, that you make sure you don't miss anything, because sometimes students forget about missing sides and then they are getting wrong answers because they did not add everything together. So the perimeter is going to be 20 plus 12 plus 7 plus 8 plus 34 plus 8 plus 7 plus 12. Let's check. 20 plus 12 plus 7 plus 8 plus 34 plus 8 plus 7 plus 12. Okay, so we add all these together. I'm not going to do it in steps. I'm just going to add everything in on the calculator. So we got 20 plus 12 plus 7 plus 8 plus 34 plus 8 plus 7 plus 12. It's going to give us 108 feet. Okay, moving on. Shapes can get more complicated. Same approach. So what do we have here? This is 10, this is 3, 3, and this is 2, right? So this whole thing is 10, 3 plus 3 plus 3. You have 2 more left for this one. If this is 3, we cannot assume, let's check, 6 and 3 and 3. So this is the same, which means this side and this side are going to have the same length. We got 3, and I think this gives us all the dimensions that we need. Pick a corner to start. 3 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3 plus 10 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I think we're good. 3 plus 6 is 9, 3 plus 3 is 6, 10 plus 3 is 13, 2 plus 3 is 5, 2 plus 3 is 5, 9 plus 6 is 15, and this is plus 23, and it's going to give us 38 centimeters. Okay, this shape, so we obviously have 6.4 centimeters here. That means this side is 6.4. This side is 5.8, so this one is 5.8. And what do we have here? This whole thing is 5.6, and you have 1.2 and 0.8 here. So if we take 5.6 minus 1.2 minus 0.8, it's going to give us 3.6. So this dimension here is 3.6. You can verify that by adding this plus this plus this, since this is also 3.6, to make sure that it adds up to 5.6. And I think this is all we need. So the perimeter is going to be, let's start somewhere, 5.6 plus 6.4 plus 0.8 plus 5.8 plus 3.6 plus 5.8 plus 1.2 plus 6.4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sides. Okay, let's do it on the calculator. It's going to be easier. 5.6 plus 6.4 plus 0.8 plus 5.8 plus 3.6 plus 5.8 plus 1.2 plus 6.4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sides. And the whole thing is going to be 35.6 centimeters. Okay. So we have to do this here. This is a little trickier because we have part of the triangle here. And what we do here is we draw a line like this to figure out this length, because that one is what we're missing. So this is 12. 22 and 14, that means this is 8, right? So this side is 8, this is 12, and this is a right triangle, so I can use the Pythagorean Theorem here to make sure that I can find the missing length of this side. So what we do is we call this C, so C squared equals 12 squared plus 8 squared, which means C equals C squared is 144 plus 64, which is going to be 208, right? And that means that C is going to be the square root of 208, and we are going to get a decimal here. So square root of 208 is going to be approximately 14.42. I'm going to round to the nearest hundredth, just like the instructions in the beginning told me. And now I'm just going to add all four sides together. So the perimeter is going to be 14 plus 14.42 plus 22 plus 12. And that's going to be, so 14 plus 14.42 plus 22 plus 12 is going to give us 62.42 centimeters. So this shape, same issue. We're going to have to find this length here. So we're going to trace it like this. This is 15. This is 7 and 5. So that's 12, which means 5 here, 7 here. That's 12 total. 15. That's going to leave us with 3 here. And you have 10 here, and this is 6. That means this is going to be 4. I'm not going to do the math here. Use the Pythagorean Theorem. This is actually a 3, 4, 5 triangle. It's one of the Pythagorean triples. And you can check the math here by setting it up the same way as we did that in problem number 11. Okay, so the perimeter is going to be 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 5 plus 7 plus 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 plus 10 is 15, plus 15 is 30, 35. So 35 plus 13 is going to give us 48. So this here is 48 inches. Alright. Okay, now I have some application problems. So John wants to fence a 10 feet by 14 feet pen for his livestock with the shortest side against the barn. If the cost of fence is $6.50 per foot, how much will it cost to fence the pen? First of all, let's make sure we have a diagram because it's not given to us. So there's a barn, and our fence pen is going to go against that with the shortest side being there. So we're going to have two sides that are going to be 14 feet here, and one side that's going to be 10, correct? So what we need to do is we need to find the perimeter of that first. So the perimeter here is only 3 sides, which means it's 14 plus 10 plus 14, which is going to be 38 feet. So this is the length of the fan. Of course, that's not the answer to the problem. The answer to the problem is going to be when we figure out the cost of this. This is the price per foot, so we multiply the length by the price per foot. So the cost is going to be 38 feet times $6.50. So we do this. 38 times 650, and that's going to give us $247. This is going to be the cost of the fence. Okay, and last example here, Boris is hired to install baseboard in the 14 by 18 foot bedroom with a 3-foot door. There's no baseboard there, and he charges $3 per foot. How much is the job going to cost? So let's draw a diagram. What we have here is, it doesn't matter where the door is, we just know somewhere it's going to be. So we have a door here, which is going to be 3 feet. So this thing is 14 by 18, and this is 3 feet, right? So how do we find the length of the baseboard that we're actually going to need to put there? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 14 plus 18 plus 14 plus 18. This is also 18, this is 14, but then we're going to subtract 3 feet for the door, because that's where no baseboard is going to go, right? So we are going to add all 4 sides together, which is going to subtract 3 once it's done. So I'm going to do 14 plus 14 plus 18 plus 18, do all that math, and this whole thing is going to give us 61 feet. So I have 61 feet that we need to cover with baseboard, $3 a foot. So our cost is going to be 61 times 3, which is going to be $183 for this job. Okay, and this is how it's done.